Ladies and gentlemen, and warm welcome to Kevin Holland up against Daniel Rodriguez this weekend, UFC 279. This one should be an absolute banger. It's a fight that you've wanted for a little while. You pleased to get it finally?
That I wanted for a little while? No, it's the fight that the UFC tried to make when I first went to 170 pounds. So we're happy to get it. Look, I got D-Rod right here in the back. Say what's up, D-Rod.
What's up, baby?
Hey.
Yeah, so we're hanging out right now. No big deal.
So you didn't really want this fight or what?
I don't really care, bro. Fight's a fight. I'm just happy to fight. You know what I mean? You guys know how I get down. I love to scrap. It doesn't matter who's standing across from me.
Do you think
Modern day cowboy since the old cowboy retired. You know what I mean?
Do you think
I might
it's
put on
fun?
a black suit and wear a black cowboy hat. You know what I mean? Just for the press conference. Modern day cowboy. I might put a feather in that cap too. I don't know if I earned it yet or not, but I haven't killed any birds. But I damn sure killed some alligators. So you know how that goes.
He's got excellent boxing. Is this going to be a fun one for the fans?
Who has excellent boxing? Me?
Rodriguez.
Me? Come on, my guy. You're talking to Kevin Holland. You're not talking to Daniel Rodriguez. He has good street boxing. This is a professional bout. You get what I'm saying?
Does this make it fun for you potentially?
It's always fun fighting. I love my job, bro. So anytime I get to get in there, yeah, I'm super happy. It's always fun. Anytime I get to get in there and entertain the people and, you know, do what I do, that's fun. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's fun to me.
What do you love most about this game?
Standing across from another man, showing him that he can't do what he thinks he can do to me. That's the most enjoyable part of the game. You know, waking up, knowing that I do something cooler than everybody else, it's pretty enjoyable too.
What is it that makes you good at this? You're fun to watch, but you're also, you know, you're good at the other side of the game. You know, what makes you stand out from normal people, if I could put it like that?
My daddy had some good athletics. My mom had some good athletics, and they put themselves together and they made me. And then I got some good coaches and some good training partners. So overall, just the recipe to, you know, show up and do what you're supposed to do in this type of field. So yeah, it's a good recipe. You know, somebody was asking me, how do you knock somebody out from the back? Me and my coach was having a conversation about it. You know, we're talking about the core workouts. We're talking about this. We're talking about that. And then we're talking about going back, you know, 29 years ago and getting my mom and getting my dad to hook up again. So, you know, it's pretty hard to do, but, you know, good luck to you if you can.
Is this the perfect weight for you, 180?
180, 175 is the perfect weight class for me. 180 is still easy to get to. You know what I mean? It's so easy to get to that I might find myself slacking off in the diet department somewhere. You know what I mean? Just slightly, not a lot. Or maybe not putting in the extra time on the bike. You know what I mean? Slightly, just a little bit. Because I do understand it's an extra 5 pounds. But that extra 10 pounds to get in a 70 is true. You know what I mean? So 175 is actually ideal. You know, so if they would scrap the 170-pound division altogether and do 165, 175, 195, 205, and still keep 85, that'd be great. I think I'd be probably a 4-division champ because I could probably hit 65 as well.
Lovely Darth choke in your last fight. Before that, a finish against Alex Oliveira. How are you going to finish Rodriguez?
Knockout. You know what I mean? I like to bounce back and forth between knockout, submission. Like in a picture perfect world, real mixed martial artist can bounce back and forth between the two. You know what I mean? And the submission on the last fight started with the hands. So I always put them in position to be hurt. And then it's all about how I want to finish after that. So as long as I'm there, I'm smart, and I'm calculating, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, I'll set the finish up, and then I'll finish however my mind chooses to finish at the time. And I keep telling my mind knockout. So it should be a knockout. TKO, knockout, you know. There's a slight possibility it could be a 3-round decision. But, I mean, every fight I ever seen with Daniel Rodriguez, he's been rocked. And if you can be rocked, you can be knocked. And that's just my version of it. If I rock you, I can knock you. If they can rock you, I can knock you. You know what I mean? Rock'em sock'em robots. I knock the robot's head off though.
When I look at those rankings, whether it's middleweight, welterweight, you're a name I expect to see in there. Have you, because modern day cowboy, has that hindered you from being in the rankings of either division?
No, the only thing that's hindered me from being in the rankings a little bit is probably whoever's making the rankings. You know what I mean? It's like at 85, I had a no contest, and besides that no contest, I had a loss to Derek Brunson and Marvin Vettori. Marvin Vettori seems to be beating everybody who's not, you know, Izzy or Whittaker, right? So that's pretty good. And then Derek Brunson, I don't know how the fuck I lost to Derek Brunson. I must have been high off something that night. I don't know what the hell was going on. So we won't even talk about that, man. So maybe I do deserve not to be ranked because I lost to Derek Brunson. So yeah, works out fine for me.
When you look at that Vettori fight, would it go differently? What did you make of the Whittaker fight last weekend?
Yeah. I like the way that Robert was shutting the takedown down. It was like almost like he was using Marvin's aggressiveness against him. I like the way he was just staying on the outside. He really wasn't even staying on the outside of his foot. Like his foot was just right down the inside. It switched stances. But no, I mean, like, I never thought Vettori was a good striker to begin with. Still don't think he's a good striker to begin with. You know what I mean? I think at the end of the day, he still won't be a good striker. 10 years from now, he won't be a good striker. 20 years from now, he won't be a good striker. Maybe he could teach some decent striking, but he'll never be a good striker when it comes to actual striking. He's just a fucking dog, man. He's an animal. He's just down to go forward at all times. And if your cardio's there and you're moving right, I feel like you can outclass that man all day. So it's just all about proper movement.
Speaking of good strikers, is the title going to change hands? Because you feel like Vettori and Whittaker, that would give them the best opportunity at winning the title, right?
What, at 85?
Yeah, if Alex got the title.
Yeah, if Alex got the title, then it would give one of those guys a chance to, maybe get the title back. But Izzy has the recipe, he has the calmness, he has all the things that it takes to just stand across from those guys and outpoint them. And I mean, like, he's beating them in an MMA fight. He's not beating them in you know what I mean? So, I mean, props to that guy for being a very smart fighter, And
when you
see those guys for not knowing how to pull the trigger right.
When you see yourself as a world champion, do you see it at 170 or 185?
Both.
That's the plan?
I mean, yeah. I mean, at 170, I was like, oh, shit, I got to get past these grapplers. And maybe I still do got to get past these grapplers, but it's looking like they're lining me up pretty smart. And now the champ is a striker. So, yeah, I feel like I could snatch that belt from Leon. I don't feel like Leon's that great of a striker. Is he technical? Is he a pretty striker? Yeah, he does very pretty technical striking. But when it comes down to like getting in there and getting in a real fist fight, you know what I mean? It's like I'm a little technical and I'm a little dog. And I mix those two together very well. So if you're more technical than me, I bring the dog out of you because I have enough technical ability to do that. And if you're a dog, technical enough to not get hit, Joaquin Buckley fight. So, yeah, it works out.
Hamzat's been enjoying the jump between those two divisions. Is it a shame you never got to fight Nate Diaz? You guys are two of the most popular guys in the game at the moment.
No, not a shame. Look, put it this way. I pretty much got in a street fight with Nick before my contender fight. So I already got the big brother. I never got to get the little brother. Hats off to me. I'm still fucking cool.
Do you think there's any shot of Nate pulling off the upset there?
Shit. It's Nate, bro. He's an OG. Maybe so. I mean, I wouldn't bet money on it, but yeah, Yeah, I mean, if $10 can win me $1,000, then I'd probably try it. But other than that, I'm not betting on it. So
all right, we're gonna finish off with a quick fire if that's okay with you. Who's the hardest hitter in the UFC?
Hardest hitter in the UFC? Me and Big Bro, Derek Lewis.
Who's the funniest?
Me and Big Bro, Derek Lewis.
Who's the most annoying?
Me, for sure.
Who's the hottest?
I mean, a couple of the girls look all right, but a lot of them married, so keep my mouth shut.
Who would make the best movie star?
Me, for sure. All these other guys. Nah, I mean, some of these other guys can act really well. They act like they're really good fighters, and then they get in there and they really don't want to fight. They just go in there and play that lackluster shit. So all of them make great actors, if you ask me.
Who would you most like to have dinner with?
I just like eating with the boss. The boss is cool as hell. So if I can go hang out with Dana, I'm cool with it. Other than that, everybody on the roster, I don't really know how many people on the roster are my friends. So kind of hard to say.
Who's the best dresser?
I don't know. Kind of depends what type of clothes we're talking about here. You're talking about like going out, ballroom clothes, wearing suits and stuff like that. I think you can have Connor and probably Usman argue for that because they both dress, pretty fancy. Street clothes. I mean, just depends what day of the week. I probably got everybody beat. I got shoes for days, my guy. I got pants, shirts. I got hats. I probably need a whole nother house with all the clothes I got.
Respect. And who would you want by your side in a street fight?
My team, my squad, people that's in the car with me. Brought them here for a good reason.
Well, fair play. All right, I'm talking UFC fighters though, but yeah, hell yeah. All right, who would you want in your corner in terms of UFC fighters?
In my corner in terms of UFC fighters, not a single one of them.
Fair play. Who's the best wrestler?
In the UFC? Me. I'm the only man to take down Derek Brunson. And then Leon Edwards, he's the only man to take down Usman. So you put that together, we're the best wrestlers in the UFC.
Who would be the most fun on a night out?
The most fun on a night out? Whichever one I thought the hottest chick was, but she's probably married, so I keep my mouth shut.
Who's the biggest villain?
Probably me. Because sometimes I'm good, sometimes I'm bad. You just never know how I feel.
What's the biggest hero, arguably? Who has the coolest tattoos?
Me. Fuck everybody else.
Who's your favorite superhero and why?
Me. No, I'm just playing. Man, Batman, because he's the most realistic of them all. And if not Batman, then it'd have to be Green Arrow. So either Bruce Wayne or Oliver Queen, baby.
And last one, who's your dream fight?
Honestly, I really don't know. And honestly, I really don't care. Anybody they put in front of me at that moment in time, that's the dream and that's the fight.
Well, that's it. UFC 279 this weekend. Maximum respect. You're the man. Cheers, Kevin.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Have a good day.